10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Electron has created bad safe ground systems.
Beginning pitch over.
Stage 1 propulsion nominal.
There goes our Electron rocket with a clean liftoff from LC1, now on its way to space for the 68th time. And we are steadily climbing in speed and altitude as Electron comes up to max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure. It's one of the first milestones the rocket has to pass through to get to low Earth orbit, and we're standing by for it now.
Approaching max Q. Cleared max Q.
All right, we are clear through max Q there as Electron continues on to space, and everything is looking nominal across the rocket's speed and altitude. Now that we're past max Q, the next milestones coming up are main engine cutoff on the booster and stage separation. So very soon we can expect to see all 9 Rutherford engines on the first stage power down and shut off in preparation for what comes next.
Just a couple of seconds after MECO, the first and second stages will separate to lose the dead weight of the first stage. And then the second stage Rutherford engine will ignite and power up to propel the second stage onward to orbit. And those events are now coming up very shortly.
Stage 1 propulsion holding nominal. Stand by for MECO in approximately 30 seconds.
"15 seconds till staging."
Entered burnout detect mode.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Pump-fed rocket engine in space. How cool. Thank you to our flight software team for that one. And a beautiful and clean second stage engine startup for Electron. Nice and bright on your screen there. Electron's altitude is now more than 100 kilometers an hour, coming up quickly to the Kármán line as we hit more than 8,000 kilometers an hour on the speed dial.
Everything is going great so far with Electron. With MECO and stage separation cleared, next will be fairing jettison when Electron's nose cone separates and falls away. We might not see it at night, but we should hear it called out in mission control, so let's listen in.
Fairing jettison confirmed.
Nicely done. That's fairing separation confirmed across the nets as Electron continues on nominally. We are now at 130 kilometres in altitude and travelling more than 9,000 kilometres an hour. All is on track with the mission, with another 5 or so minutes to go of engine burn time for the second stage.
Guidance is looking good so far with the second stage. The plot lines for our planned and actual trajectory are closely matched on the right-hand side of your screen there, which is exactly what we want to see. And now that we are at T plus 4 minutes, 36 seconds into stage 2 flight, we have got just over 4.5 minutes left of engine burn time before we reach SECO and stage separation.
Well, coming up next for the second stage will be battery hot swap for that Rutherford engine. So every one of these engines uses an electric pump-fed cycle for its propulsion, with batteries used to power its electric motor. But the length of the engine burn time on stage 2 means that the battery pack it starts with will run dry before the engine is due for shutdown. So, Electron performs a manoeuvre called the battery hot swap, and that swaps in a fresh pack of batteries to keep the engine running for full duration. When that happens, you should see the first set of battery packs eject from the second stage and fall away, so let's watch out for that now.
HVB discharge holding nominal, approaching hot swap in roughly 30 seconds.
Throttling down.
Battery jettison confirmed.
Excellent call out there, and a clean battery hot swap on the second stage. The Rutherford is continuing to power the mission on past 198 kilometres in altitude at speeds of more than 1,600 kilometres an hour, coming up close to the orbital insertion speed for final stage separation in just a few minutes.
AFTS is saved.
All right, well, that glowing nozzle you can see on your screen is our Stage 2 engine, our vacuum-optimised Rutherford engine, powering Electron and its payload, now past 201 kilometres in altitude and 19,000 kilometres an hour. Okay, we are just moments away from the final stage separation between Stage 2 and Electron's kick stage, preceded, of course, by the shutdown of the Rutherford engine for SECO, or second engine cutoff. The Rutherford engine on the second stage will throttle down before shutting off completely to allow for clean separation of the stages.
From there, the kick stage will enter a coasting phase around the Earth before we light it up for payload deployment within the hour. But first, let's listen in for that SECO and stage separation call out from Mission Control.
SECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
And that is SECO confirmed by Mission Control, along with the kick stage also confirmed to have separated into a nominal transfer orbit with its payload. Well done to everyone involved in the mission so far.
Well, from here, we have a bit of a wait until we rejoin the kick stage and its satellite on the opposite side of the planet after its elliptical coast of Earth. Once that happens, the kick stage should be in the prime position to perform a course correction burn that sets its trajectory to a circular orbit for payload deployment.
Join us again then in about 40 minutes or so to see out the final moments of the mission. See you soon.